Cars on track for race 3 of the weekend of the Improved Production Commodore Cup and HQs on Sunday morning here at Darwin's Hidden Valley Raceway, part of the Sky City Triple Crown. Jason Barguana joins me in commentary. A busy night for you. You can relax for the next 20 minutes or so here.
Busy night. I just got back to the track. What are you talking about?
In fact, we're to wake him up alongside me here. Ray Hislop joins Mark Rutter on the front row for this one. Over the page to some of the guys that had a bit of work to do yesterday. Some hard luck stories further back to the field of the likes of Simon Bulasch and John Newman down there in 20th position. Over the page to Alan Langworthy. Gavin Thompson on his way to perhaps winning the 6th HQ class win of his career up here. Man's contested all the rounds since 1998 down the back to some more of the HQs, including Gary Pendlebury, Jeff Cowie and Shane Satchwell off the back, who had a broken flywheel yesterday. Well, it may be the last day here in Darwin, but we're going to keep the heat going as we head to Townsville in July for the Castrol Edge Townsville 400 up there at the beautiful Reed Park circuit. It's one of the crowd favourites of the season. Ticketek.com.au for all your information and tickets for that event. There's some killer after-race concerts too, including The Living End, Birds of Tokyo and many more. The Hilltop Hoods also featuring at that event there too. Ticketek.com.au, July 10 to 12. The Castrol Edge Townsville 400, race 16 and 17. And Barks, you and I, Mosh Pit Saturday night. I can see it right now.
Look, one of the greatest atmospheres at any race we do during the course of the year. The little amphitheatre over the back of the circuit there. The crowd are right up against the race cars. And it's just one of the best events. The temperature's great. The town loves it, and you get in town there, and every restaurant's involved, and it just creates a great atmosphere. So can't wait for a few weeks' time, and we head further north. But let me tell you, the V8 Supercars were just out there. The lap times were sensational. The track is quick this morning. Bit of cold air. Obviously, the temperature's down a little bit, around 24 degrees at the moment. So the engine's like that a little bit with the grip available, and it's going to be fast. These guys will be quick in this race as well. Everyone's
laughing at us when we say it's 24 degrees, but when we say that up here, it actually was a chill in the air here this morning when we all got up. This is what it's meant to be like this time of the year. We've had some humidity in the past couple of days, and a busy day for you yesterday with that first race.
Well, look, yeah, obviously the boys, it was they put on a great race. It was good for business, if you want to call it that. There was a bit of action going on, plenty, and we had to deal with a few little things last night, but that's the way it goes. You know, obviously they're all pushing the limit out there. They're trying to get the results they need in terms of the championship. So, and it's great to see the good racing.
200-kilometre race coming up later on this afternoon as we look at a different view of Ray Hislop taking his position on the grid. 269 kilometres an hour he pulled down the main straight yesterday in that Fenner Dunlop Falcon right of screen there alongside Mark Rutter, who's been in second place all weekend. We haven't seen much of him, but he's been there since the drop of the racing yesterday.
Yeah, look, Mark Rutter's been doing a very good job. He hasn't clearly got the pace of Ray Hislop's car, but I'll tell you what happened. When the traffic starts getting involved, he starts coming back into the equation. So once they, and we saw it yesterday, that it only takes 3 to 4 laps. Halfway through the third lap, Ray Hislop's on the back of some of these HQs and so forth down the back. So as you can see, there's a whole range of different race cars out there. Late model, old stuff, down to that little battle for the HQs. Thompson obviously in front of that at the moment. He's had a good weekend so far, but they have their own little fight. The under 2 litres have their own fight, and obviously the outright guys, the over 2 litre cars, V8 6 cylinders. We've got, you know, rotaries out there, turbos, and there's even a Magna out there as well.
There is. Ian Statham, the veteran, down the field there also. Big shout out to Michael Ubergang, who came from the back of the field yesterday to finish in 7th position. We fell 2 laps short of that race. He had fuel issues in the first race yesterday morning. It was using 15 litres every 2 laps. Not great economy.
She's going to be pouring out the exhaust.
Exactly
right. A lot of petrol in that thing. One of the differences is, and we mentioned this yesterday though, that when you've got this type of racing, it's not the national series, so it's a local event. What we saw when they left the dummy grid area out to the racetrack, that was their warm-up lap. Yeah. So this is getting ready for the start. V8 Supercar land, they pull up on the grid, they get another lap to get tyre temp up, brake temp up, but that was it for these guys. So this is ready to race right from here.
So Ray Hislop once again from pole position as we wait for the green flag at the back. It should be 5 seconds from that point. This 37-car field, as ever, the North Australian Motorsports Club supporting this great event. There it is at the back. The revs begin to rise. Could this be another Ray Hislop domination? Was Mark Rutter got something for us? We're away in the final race. Oh, car stalled. That's Blayford who stalled and trying to get out of the way of everybody who's been hit. He's going to get nudged, and it's going to be a start line shut here. 4 cars involved. One of the Commodore Cup cars involved. Looks like Simon Bulasch is in there too. We've got a small fire perhaps at the back. It's starting to engulf the back of the 80 machine here. And poor Simon Bulasch That's just one of those things, and you can probably explain this better than I can, but when you're starting from further back, you're carrying a lot more speed by the time, and in fact, that fire's getting out of control down there. He's out of the car.
It's one of the dramas, obviously, with the fuel tank in the back. With an accident like that, there's contact in the back. Those guys want to get out of there, get the fire marshals in, and get that car under control. The damage is obviously really bad to these guys. They put a lot into it. They're heart and soul into their race cars. And it's obviously pretty sad to see that sort of damage.
Oh, look at Bulash's car there, front and rear.
It's a gorgeous car too. He's had that car for a long time, and it actually has got a great new paint job on it. It's the first time I've seen that car up here in that yellow condition, but obviously it's a lot of damage to that. You can see there, it was about the row 3. We had the stalled car. Uber Gang tried to go around it. And look, we had a fair bit of damage there, unfortunately, which is it's pretty sad for a lot of these guys to be able to have that sort of thing. They put a lot into their race cars, but it's yeah, that's the end of that for them.
There is Bulasch climbing out of the car. The guy behind the background, one of our medical crews up here, and former drag racing track manager Jay Dukes was just looking on there a moment ago. What a shame. These guys and girls really look forward to racing up here, and unfortunately for Playford, he stalled the car, but he had the right presence of mind to try and steer it across of what momentum he had to stop anyone running in the back. But unfortunately for Bulasch and Langworthy, who was the other car involved, here it is.
As well.
So second row, right of screen. So Maros was lucky not to start this, and Uber Gang bangs doors with Statham right in the line, and just like that, it was a big hit. Look at Bulasch getting served up by Langworthy. So we've got the 38 machine also in there too that's copped some damage. So 4 cars that are out of this race, and they didn't even get past the start line.
Carl Wennon's there in the 38. You can see in that little Celica, he's just realised what's gone wrong. He's trying to stop the car, nowhere to go. The first hit wasn't so bad, but then followed by 2 more cars. You see there, Ray Hislop's obviously got a great start as well, so it's disappointing for him. Red flag for this race, clearly, though they probably won't restart it. You can see Whelan's there. He's like, where do I go? Where do I go? And bang, crash. As we said before, the reason that fire, the fuel tanks from the back of these cars, a big hit like that, little Escort being hit by a Commodore, fuel everywhere, and luckily they've all got out okay.
And lucky too that the fire crews are on the left-hand side here down the drag strip. You can see they're already pulling up down there on the scene. They do tag along for the first lap just in case moments like these do happen. Now right on top of the job down here. Tough break for the 28-year-old Simon Bulasch, and same too for Langworthy and Playford. The other innocent party's in there with Carl Wienens down there too, and it's a graphic shot of how much fire. This car was only rebuilt 3 years ago. As he said, a beautiful paint job once. Yeah, look,
you look at that, see Simon there, he's trying to help everyone out of the car. Have a look at that replay again when we see it. You'll notice that Carl Wellens in the Celica there, he's a little bit slow to react, so he's probably watching in the mirror, he's looking around, he didn't get a very good start himself. He was blocked a little bit by the car in front, it pulled out of the way, and all of a sudden, there's a Mazda RX-3 stopped in front of you, and it is difficult. Once you get up to speed, you're in second gear, you're off the line there, you've jumped a couple of rows, and you have the big problem. And obviously, when one car stops, it's very hard for these guys to pull it up.
What about the camaraderie from the drivers here, making sure everyone's all right? They're a tight bunch of people down there, like to look after each other, and nobody likes to see damaged race cars.
See there, just in the background, that little Sleeker, it's blocked by the big Commodore, and then he realises there's a car in front, nowhere to go. And everyone's an innocent bystander from there. A few cars in the back did a great job to miss it, but it's so difficult when you're in these cars. You sit so low in the race car as well. You get the start, you look around, you're trying to take it all in, and the first thing you see is you notice just in front of you there's a few of the roofs of cars start disappearing all over the circuit. So then you know you've got to pay attention. You've got to really look at what's going on ahead of you. When cars start moving all around all over the circuit on a start like that, you back out of it and you're trying to see what's actually happened, and then all of a sudden there's a traffic jam right in front of you.
Well, the red flag has come out, and unfortunately word through from race control is that there will not be a restart. It's going to take us too long to clean up the incident down there. So it's a tough break, and unfortunately Ray Hislop won't get to defend and make it an all-3 race victory here. So a shame, but they're heading back to the pits. But thankfully everybody's okay. But you're going to stick around because we've got Aussie racing cars coming up today here too. Day 3, the Sky City Triple Crown continues soon.